There was a relatively muted reaction to what really looks like a blowout. What is the challenge for Microsoft in taking on all of these point competitors in various areas? You know, we've talked about Salesforce, Slack, Zoom. You could throw Google in there. The Office seems to have beaten them. And perhaps as they add nuance, what do they have to do to grow from here?
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, I think they have the best leadership. They're in the best markets, and they have leading products across so many markets that what they have to do from here is continue doing what they've been doing, and that's staying ahead of the game. You know, coming into this quarter, the expectations were high, the Azure bogeys were high, but they delivered, and the stock rallied after they gave guidance. A lot of people assumed that the pandemic pulled forward a lot of spend, and that from here, growth and margins would be, it'd be difficult to match the levels we've had thus far. Coming out of the earnings print, we're seeing them talk about double-digit operating income growth while margins are going down, but X some of the useful life benefits they got, margins are going up. So you're seeing, the cloud and the collaboration story. Azure plus Office is going to be 85% of the incremental growth for Microsoft, and that business, the combination of that business is growing 33%. And they're telling you it's going to potentially accelerate or at least continue to be that way. So we're very bullish.
So I can't help but look at Apple versus Microsoft. I'm not saying it's either or, but they're so different in their approach. Apple doesn't make big acquisitions. Hardware and products that you can feel are so much at the center of their ethos, while what was really strong for Microsoft here was the software, was the optionality, was this sense that Satya Nadella brought that, hey, we're just trying to help you have the best experience no matter what machine you're using. Which one of those companies do you think, and I know you don't really focus on Apple as much, but ends up being more valuable over the next 3 years based on what the world is showing us?
I think that Apple is the vehicle on which Microsoft ultimately sees its success. I was joking with the management team yesterday that I love running Microsoft products on Apple devices. And you've seen what they just announced with Windows and Windows 365, being able to launch Windows remotely from any device. So I think that, again, Microsoft's power with Azure to be the fabric of every customer product that they deliver, and Microsoft Office that's the fabric of where everybody spends most of their time in a given day, that's very powerful. And if you think about what's going to drive success for software in the next 10 years, it's going to be engagement and data. Microsoft has the most engagement and it has a lot of data, and those two things form a flywheel. The more of one leads to the more of the other. So ultimately, we think, and it's not just Microsoft, a lot of the other companies in my coverage are benefiting from very similar trends, and we remain very bullish on the entire sector.
Alex, there's been some discussion about depreciation expense as they amortize their data centers over a longer period of time. I wonder if you can explain why that's important to watch, and overall your view on how they're managing expense growth.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of an accounting conversation. It doesn't really have an impact on the trends, durable trends in their business. I think the important thing that they talked about, they pointed out yesterday, that in spite, if you take out that depreciation expense, they're actually taking margins up over the course of the next year. That was an important signal that they're not done being able to improve the profitability of this business. And as they're layering on increasingly dilutive from a gross margin perspective, businesses like Azure, they're still able to continue to find ways to grow gross profit dollars by a significant amount and operating income by a significant amount. That was kind of what stood out for us from the call.
Yeah, and Microsoft up just fractionally after that blockbuster report. Alex Zukin from Wolfe, thank you.